Oh, you know that music. It's time for another Made in Tampa Bay, and we're introducing you to a local artist that loves to create prints, whether they're on paper, jewelry, even coffee mugs.
As Fox 13 photojournalist Barry Wong shows us, she's essentially creating part of the printer herself.
Melimade is block printing art that is pretty graphic, a lot of typographical art. I use a lot of words in my art. Block printing, the closest thing is a stamp. So you're essentially carving your own stamp. Typically, I work in an 8x10 format, so they're big. It takes hours and hours to carve just one block, but then that can be printed many, many times, just like you can stamp a stamp many times. This is a Socrates quote. It says, "The unexamined life is not worth living." Typically, an 8x10 block takes me about 4 hours. And I usually will sit and do the entire thing from start to finish in one sitting. I get really inspired by an idea and I will sit, I will draw it out, and I'll just start carving. I am so leaning over the work and focused on it that I lose focus of everything else. Sometimes I'll look up from the work and the room is blurry because I'm just so focused on that space 10 inches from my face, you know. If you notice, when I do a curve, I almost never try to do the curve. I just turn the piece. So much easier, it comes out so much smoother. Oh, the other important part is that the entire thing is printed opposite of what you carved. So you have to carve the entire thing in reverse. So not only are you removing the parts that you don't want to show, so the areas that you're carving are the areas that are not the drawing, but you also have to print all of your words in reverse. So you actually don't know what it's going to look like until you print it for the first time. So if you get to the point where you've finished a piece and you want to print it, it's just pure excitement and adrenaline, and it's super fun to see how it turns out. But after being someone who drew and painted and sculpted, and I do a lot of handwork like embroidery and needlepoint, this is kind of the perfect mix-up of those two, because I'm able to do a craft, a handcraft, where I really do the physical work of making the art, but it becomes a reproducible fine art thing when it's finished.
Incredibly talented, right? To keep up with all of the Made in Tampa Bay stories, past and present, just remember to follow Made in Tampa Bay Fox 13 on Instagram.